Trump University, we teach success. That's what it's all about. Success. It's going to happen to you.
What if I told you that you could become a millionaire real estate mogul just by attending a few seminars? Well, that's exactly what Donald Trump promised with Trump University, and thousands of people fell for it. It was never seen as a real university. Students paid up to $35,000 for a so-called elite education, only to be left with nothing but debt and disappointment. And when the lawsuits came rolling in, Trump fought back hard, even attacking a federal judge. Was this really a scam or just another case of political persecution? Today we're diving deep into one of the biggest scandals in education history, Trump University. We'll break down what really happened, the shocking marketing tactics, the legal battles, and the $25 million settlement that Trump never wants to talk about. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Lindsay Unfiltered. And today we will be talking about Trump University. This is the letter T in our A to Z scandal series. If you haven't checked out that playlist, be sure to do so now. We take a letter of the alphabet and cover a scandal related to the letter. Now here we are at letter T, and I see no better way but to celebrate that by talking about the Trump University scandal. We're going to go with the facts of the situation, evaluate it, and I want to know from you guys. You guys think this is a legit endeavor or just another scam? If you guys like content like this that revolves around scandal, controversy, true crime with a twist of humor, hit that subscribe button. I want to thank all my subscribers for supporting and continuing to be a positive force in the community. Now, without further ado, let's talk about Trump University. What was Trump University exactly? Trump University was established in 2004 by Donald Trump and his associates. It was a for-profit education company offering courses in real estate, asset management, entrepreneurship, and wealth creation. Despite the name, Trump University was not an accredited college, nor did it confer degrees or college credits. Operated from around 2005 to 2010 with online courses, in-person seminars, and mentorship programs. So Trump University to me sounds a lot like a boot camp or something, an MLM. I really don't know, okay? It sounds like an organization that you pay to get into and they're going to offer you knowledge, right? Just like if I wanted to learn how to be the best drop shipper, if I wanted to learn how to be the best influencer, if I wanted to learn how to be the best fitness guru, I could pay someone a lot of money to teach me how to do that because I see they've done it successfully. Same idea. You don't need any credentials. You just pay money and you are a student. Donald Trump has said a lot of times, this is a very prestigious education. The people that graduate from Trump University are the top of the top. But was that really true? It was never accredited as a real university. So how can you measure how prestigious you are if you're not even an accredited institution? There were great marketing tactics behind Trump University. Let's not get it wrong. Donald Trump is a great businessman. He doesn't sit with billions of dollars for no reason, right? He used his name to gain trust, right? When we look at names, brands mean a lot to us, especially as Americans. If something says Louis Vuitton, if something says Dell, if something says Mac, Apple, Trump, we tend to place more value into it. If something says Mercedes-Benz, we place more value into it than if it says Hyundai. But it's still a vehicle that will get you from point A to point B. So they use the Trump name. Trump could be seen saying that you would learn from him directly, but he never taught a single class. And he promised students that they would learn from hand-picked experts. So now that you have a bunch of gullible people buying into a brand, that's when the scam begins.
Trump U wasn't a university, didn't provide any of the information that was promised. So it was disgusting. To solicit funds from the elderly, to ask people to utilize credit cards to pay him, to not to buy a property, but to pay him for the privilege of learning nothing.
The red flags we can talk about are the fake professors. What schools did they go to? We really don't know. None of the instructors were real professors or even professional real estate moguls. These students were paying up to $35,000 expecting insider knowledge on the entrepreneurship and real estate business from Donald Trump himself. So to say it was misleading is an understatement. You're thinking, for $30,000, Trump's gonna teach me what he knows. It's a steal. But you never got to sit in the same room. You never got to breathe on Trump. Do you understand? There's no evidence that Trump hand selected any of those instructors. And what makes this even sweeter, you guys know the Secretary of State currently, Marco Rubio, right? The one who loves Donald Trump so much for giving him that nice job. In 2016, the Rubio campaign released a great article about how Trump University was an absolute scam. Again, this is the Secretary of State now. I don't know. Maybe they made amends since then. Politics is a funny place. The facts are Trump University was mired in fraud and deception. They say Trump is facing 3 separate lawsuits, 2 class action suits filed in California and 1 filed by New York's Attorney General, which argued the program took an estimated $40 million, but was mired in fraud and deception. We started looking at Trump University and discovered it was a classic bait and switch scheme. It was a scam, starting with the fact that it was not a university, New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman told CNN. Also, more than 100 victims of Trump's nationwide scam have come forward. More than 100 new people have come forward to complain that Donald Trump's now defunct university was a ripoff. The Daily News has learned. They come from New York and 25 other states and say they were wrongly promised they could get rich quick if they enrolled in an expensive mentoring program that investigators say was a sham. A source familiar with Attorney General Eric Schneiderman's investigation said Schneiderman filed a $40 million lawsuit against Trump in Manhattan State Supreme Court in August, accusing the mega-rich developer turned reality TV star of defrauding more than 5,000 people nationwide through his Trump University. Now, here's my question for you all. If someone tells you, I can teach you how to make money, and you give them $35,000, you are the money. Do you understand that? But hey, let's backtrack. If somebody tells you that they can make you a lot of money and you pay them for their service, can you say they scammed you? You voluntarily gave him your money thinking that you would make money from this, only to learn that everything that you thought you were going to get was under-delivered. Because somebody under-delivers on a service, does that mean you can call it a scam? Let's talk about that in the comments as well, right? Because these people, again, I must play devil's advocate and say these people were not forced to give him $35,000. But it was a bait and switch. It looks good on the outside, but when you get in the inside, there's more to the story, just like classic MLMs, right? I'm not saying this is an MLM, but that's how people in MLMs make it look. They say, I'm with this company, I'm making all this money, selling makeup, selling air fresheners, selling rings. You can be like me, you can make $1 million too. And you spend your money and you get into that program and you figure out, I'm losing more money than I'm making, right? Here's the same thing that's going on here. The lawsuits. I told you guys about the major lawsuits. In 2013, New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman filed that lawsuit against him, sued Trump University for fraud. There was a class action. Over 5,000 students claimed they were misled. And Trump then says that the lawsuit was politically motivated, meaning that those people didn't like his political views, or those people, you know, they were radical, so of course they would think they were misled, right? The most shocking moment would be when Trump publicly attacked a judge of Mexican descent, basically saying he couldn't be fair because he was Mexican.
Making a lot of promises.
I think the biggest step towards success is going to be sign up at Trump University.
I think he's a snake oil salesman. I think he's a con artist.
Fort Lauderdale attorney.
From an interview, Trump is asked, what does this have to do with his heritage? Trump says, I'll tell you what it has to do. I've had ruling after ruling after ruling that's just been bad rulings, okay? I've been treated very unfairly. Before him, we had another judge. If that judge were still there, this case would have been over 2 years ago. Let me just tell you, I've had horrible rulings. I've been treated very unfairly by this judge. Now, this judge is of Mexican heritage. I'm building a wall, okay? I'm going to do very well with the Hispanics, the Mexicans. I get from that Trump was saying because people were certain ethnicities, that meant that they would want to see him fail in anything that he did. Not that he was actually liable in any way for misleading thousands of people with a fake MLM style course. No, it was because he was of Mexican heritage. So then we get to the $25 million settlement. In 2016, Trump settles for $25 million, but he still admits no wrongdoing. Each student got some money back, but was it enough? Snyderman said the settlement and payment by Trump is a stunning reversal by Donald Trump and a major victory for the over 6,000 victims of his fraudulent university. Trump himself said he settled for a small fraction of the potential award because he was too busy as president-elect to take it to trial. He added, the only bad thing about winning the presidency is that I did not have the time to go through a long but winning trial on Trump U. Too bad. So even though he settled, even though he came out of pocket $25 million, which, let's be fair, isn't much to him. It's something to somebody, but it isn't much to him. He still takes no responsibility, says the only reason I settled because I'm too busy. I've never heard of anything like that before. The only reason I paid you is because I'm too busy to deal with you. Instead of just admitting, deflection seemed more appropriate at the time, especially when he was in and out of the political circle. Was Trump University a scam? There's two sides of the story. You have Trump's story. Trump says 98% of the students gave positive reviews. They learned what they needed to know. They were the best and the brightest. He says it was a business dispute, not any fraud. It was just a minor business dispute. The victims, however, said they paid thousands, tens of thousands for useless courses, and they never met Trump. That was the biggest thing. You're supposed to learn from himself. And if you're innocent, why pay $25 million? Why engage in false, misleading, and deceptive practices for monetary gain? Now I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think Trump University was a scam? Drop a yes or no in the comments. Whatever you think of Trump, this was one of the biggest education scandals ever. If you like scandals like these, true crime stories, and everything in between, make sure to hit that subscribe button. This has been Lindsay Unfiltered, and I really enjoyed this one. Bye, guys.